A career in the creative industries is really exciting. Knowing the pathway through to that career can be more complicated. The Federation of Drama Schools, or the FDS, is an umbrella group that brings together the UK's most prestigious training environments. Get Into Theatre is a charity whose website collates lots of resources that can support you in finding your pathway through to your career. We hope that these resources will help you forge the future that you want to see.
What you gain from a drama school training is the confidence to be put in any situation in the creative industries and really excel, because you've had experience in developing your voice, in developing your movement skills. You become a rounded actor. That's the whole point.
Different things resonate with different people in terms of the training, and there might be certain things that you learn that you don't quite understand or that you don't connect with, and then other elements that you absolutely do. When you, again, step onto a set and you're working with the director, if they offer up a lot to you, you're able to go, my ideas aren't fixed, I'll go with what they're saying to me. Or the other side of it is, if you're working with a director and they don't offer up much, how do you offer up yourself?
The training element of it is really integral to longevity in the industry and making sure that you've got a place to start from and something that you can kind of hold on to and always go back to when you might come across new challenges or new opportunities.
Most acting courses will pay serious attention to the work that you do on stage, also to what it means to work in front of a camera, also how to work in front of a microphone.
Studying voice, a lot of people think that I'm a speech therapist or something like that, but it's all about acting, and it's all about releasing your potential as an actor. Because very often the voice is so associated with the fight or flight syndrome. So when we get anxious, when we get nervous, when we have a bit of stage fright, it immediately impacts on our voices. But I want to allow my voice to be resonant and vibrant, to be clear, to be articulate so that everyone can hear me and understand me if I'm in a big space. Letting ourselves be more fluid in terms of our range, connecting really strongly to the thought.
In singing classes, you will learn ensemble techniques. So you'll be working on harmonies, learning how to blend, working with others, collaborating on songs. You'll also get one-to-one tuition, and that allows you to form a partnership with your singing teacher who will really look at technique and how you can develop your unique voice as part of your technique. So it's not about you sounding like anyone else. It's about you really developing your own sound.
The craft of an actor musician is recognizing the additional narrative that's contained in song and in music. As humans, we respond sensorily to different kinds of stimuli. I think that's an incredible gift that actor musicians have as instrumentalists, to be able to tell those stories with that kind of duality.
I think there's a perception of actor musicians standing, playing their instrument, and then just taking it off and going into a scene. But it can be further from that, but you're always amongst it. There's the musicals that you can do an actor musician version of, and then you can do plays and stuff with just like really cool underscore and stuff, and just loads of physical movement in and amongst it. I think it's a really exciting and versatile discipline, I think.
Movement is important for actors so that we don't get caught up in any particular place in our body that isn't present in that moment. So when we're acting, it's about transformation, it's about embodying that character. So the movement for that is important, because you could end up acting from here, Okay, and then it will feel abnormal to everyone else because it's natural to see bodies move when we talk.
Your body will move very differently to everybody else's in the space. And so although there might be a running technique that going through that, it's about kind of exploring how that technique evolves onto your body in a certain way. So for example, not everyone's feet are designed in this exactly the same way. So then doing an extension or going up onto a half point, those kind of things will look very different. And so it's about knowing your body and exploring your body within a technique to then develop you as an educated dancer.
Your body is so adaptable to making different shapes and being in different styles of movement, different eras, different genres. You're bringing in the fusion of hip hop, you're bringing in the fusion of contemporary dance, you're bringing in the fusion of historical dance. There are musicals with tap-in, there are musicals, and in that same show can have crumping, can have popping and locking. It's kind of, the environment is rich to kind of have all styles.
What we are aiming for is to allow you to open up to the stimuli that will happen in the space, in a rehearsal, in a class, in an actual play. So if you allow yourself to open up to those stimuli, you will be able to then respond to them in a genuine way. And it will be your way of responding. And this is what will be interesting, because only you are able to do that.
On the day of auditioning, I would just say, come as yourself, come as you are. Don't get too caught up in what to wear and how to wear it. If you're just yourself, it's our job to develop who you are, what your personality is. We work with you on sending you on your journey out into the big wide world, because it's so multifaceted of what your journey can be.
It's very important that you choose a speech that you like, that you feel connected to, that you feel passionate about, that you really enjoy performing. I think the important thing is to interest yourself or to feed yourself as opposed to trying to guess what we want.
The first thing to say about the interview is it's a meeting. It's a meeting where we get to meet you, and really importantly, you get to meet us. And you get to, as I think the whole audition process is, by the way, it should feel like a joint process. For those that start the course, your journey with that school, with that course, will start in the audition process. It doesn't start when you turn up in September. It starts in the audition process. And you should use the auditions to explore what the school is, what the training's like, what the students are like, what the staff are like, what the values are.
There are loads of different types of drama schools. Some are based in cities, some are based in the countryside, some are in the region, some are in the capital. So you need to think about what kind of environment do you learn best in? Are you the kind of person that likes to be away from the distractions, maybe in the countryside where you can really focus on the learning? Or are you the kind of person who wants to be in a city, surrounded by all that hustle and bustle? Everyone learns in a different way.
That is the thing about performing, is that it translates, anywhere in the world. Music, dance, drama, it translates and it transforms. And it makes people question things. It makes people think about things in a different way. It brings people together. And for me, that really is the most amazing thing about being part of the arts.
And also you're working together, so you also build a friendship, also a professional relationship at the same time. Mm-hmm. So it works on both hands, because, that kind of 2 months. And you meet people from different regions as well. There's so many people from different countries who I've met, or different environments, backgrounds, who you come across, and it's just, it's amazing.
To be able to sit down in a space like this and be able to pick people's brains, and everyone's always willing to talk, it's a really beautiful thing. You learn so much about things that you might not necessarily apply to your life, but it's just the lessons that you get are just great, definitely.
And when you tell people that are not in drama school about what you do, and you hear yourself say it out loud, it's like, well, am I actually doing this every day? That's kind of sick. In the best possible way.
You learn about other people. Yeah. Like, you're gonna be with them for 3 years, so we're just building the family bonding from now.
Oh, you think something.
I am. Come on.